Right, everyone is gearing up for the Champions League final, but actually there's another game that a lot of people probably think means a lot more, 170 million quid's worth actually. And it's Aston Villa versus Fulham in the Championship playoff final, which is happening at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Dan Bardell from the Villa View. It's a great podcast. I was listening to it this morning actually, and they seem quite calm on the podcast, but that was a couple of days ago. But Dan joins me now to talk about the game, the implications, and if he thinks Villa will be playing in the Premier League next season. Dan, first of all, how are you? How are you feeling?
I'm quite nervous, to be fair.
These weeks are excruciating, aren't they? You're just kind of waiting for the game and waiting for the day so you can get yourself down to Wembley and start to cheer on the lads. Let's go back a little bit and talk about life in the Championship, because Aston Villa are a huge football club in England. How have you found that? What's the Championship been like?
I've enjoyed this season. I mean, last season we were pretty bang average. We finished 13th. It was a bit of a slog, but to be honest, I think in some ways going down has done us good. I think we needed it. I think it's cleansed us, and in a lot of ways, it's been nice going to Villa Park feeling like you're gonna win most weeks, because I was going to Villa Park previously knowing we were going to get beat every week. I mean, we finished on 17 points.
When you're talking about cleansing yourself, explain that to people that won't understand it.
I mean, we had a lot of bad eggs in the dressing room. There wasn't much pride in the shirt, the players that were playing a couple of seasons ago, and even last season. In some ways, I think one of the things that Bruce has done is he's brought in the right characters to get the dressing room to be a good place again. And what that's done is it's got people like Jack Grealish, who's never really had anyone to look up to. Villa never had any role models, and I mean, I think he had a bit of a raw deal, Jack, to be fair. I think Villa's been a very difficult place to grow up, but you can see now he's got proper players around him and a proper dressing room. He's absolutely running the show and really unleashing his potential now.
Yeah, and I think John Terry's been a huge part of that. We'll talk about John Terry in just a second, but I want to sort of touch on the money aspect of it, because it is a huge part of it, and it's why this game is so intense, because there's so much to lose if you don't win that game. What happens if Aston Villa don't win this game?
It doesn't really bear thinking about, because we have thrown a lot of money at it over the especially in the first season and the first January. We've spent a lot of money, and if we don't go up, we're going to need to recoup. I wouldn't say we will be in financial disarray if we don't go up, but everything there is geared to getting back into the Premier League now. And the thing is, if you don't go up in the first couple of times of asking, you end up like a Leeds, a Sheffield Wednesday, a Forest.
All being well for you, of course, Dan, you're going to win this game. And a big part of that is going to be how you're going to stop Fulham, one of the best footballing sides in the league, if not the best. And a big player, you said his name as well, Chester as well. The centre-backs are going to be crucial. But everyone knows about John Terry. He dropped down, left Chelsea having won the league, but wasn't getting the game time. He's gone to Villa and he's played a hell of a lot of football. A brief injury for you, but how good has he been at Championship level?
He's too good for the Championship. I mean, he's never been blessed with great pace, but I think the Championship kind of suits him a bit, because it is rough and tumble, but there's times as well where he absolutely shows his class, and he's pinging the ball around with both feet. I think it's not just what he's done on the pitch, it is what he's brought us off the pitch. We're a proper squad now. Players enjoy playing for Villa, and he'll be a massive part of that, and I think Bruce deserves massive credit for getting John Terry in. I mean, I think if we go up, I think he automatically gets another year on his deal, but if we don't go up, I can't see any way in which he'll be here next season, because his wage demands will be too high, and he can still get paid good money elsewhere. He could move abroad and get paid well. But he's been better than I ever thought he was going to be. I thought he'd be good, but I didn't think he'd be at this level still.
In terms of the team winning the game, what's the key weapon? What's the key reason why Aston Villa are gonna win this game?
I mean, Jokanovic has been going on about how we're an old and tired side. I don't see that. I just see that we're quite streetwise. We know when we need to defend, and we know when we need to come forward, and we've got the players to come forward as well. But we are very, very good defensively. I mean, Mitrovic has come in and really he's ripped the Championship to shreds. I think he's found his level, if I'm being honest. But people like John Terry and Chester, he's not playing against defenders like that every week. So I'm confident that we can see him out the game. just think we've got the right mix of youth and experience. Everyone's going on about Fulham's youth, and Jokanovic has made some strange comments about us being an old and tired team. But I just think we've got the people that have been there and done it. The manager as well. Jokanovic will have never been in this situation, whereas Bruce and many of our players, they know what playoff day is all about. They know the right things to be doing before the game and in the build-up. And I just think that know-how is crucial, because the playoffs is a different beast to anything else.
Yeah, I think it's a unique team in that sense, in terms of the amount of experience of those kind of games that you've got. Looking at Fulham, I feel like Mitrovic up against Chester and Terry, I can't see him doing too much. So you then look around at the rest of the way that Fulham play and the players that they've got, and it's that guy, Ryan Sessegnon, that everyone is talking about at the moment, that you wonder if El Mohammadi is bombing down the right, that there might be some space for him. Is he the biggest fear for you in this Fulham side? What worries you about the quality that they've got?
They are very dangerous on the flanks. I mean, we probably play a bit more narrow than they do. I mean, if you're silencing Sessegnon on the left-hand side, you've got Fredericks bombing on from right back, who is essentially the Championship Kyle Walker.
Yeah, he's class.
But Hutton, again, someone who had a tough time of it towards the end of the Premier League time with Villa, but Championship. I mean, he's playing left back, which isn't his position. I'd say he's been in our top 5 players this season.
Really? He's been okay at left back then, has he?
Hutton's been excellent, to be fair to him, and it's come to the point again where he's going to earn himself a new contract, I think, whatever league we're in, because he's just been so consistent.
I did a preview on my channel, and the one guy that I highlighted I thought was going to be crucial for this game was Jedinak, because I think, again, he's another one. He's a captain, he's a leader, he understands these big occasions. But if you're going to be able to sort of stop Fulham, that kind of solidity in the centre of the park is going to be crucial, and he's been brilliant in the playoffs for you. How big a player is he for you?
I mean, he's been in and out the side this season. Defensive midfield-wise, we've got him, Bjarnason and Whelan, and for different games, a different player seems to come in. But I think Jedinak's played himself into the team in what he did in the semis. He ended up being the crucial man who got the winning goal, and he's got that playoff experience, having gone up in the final with Palace. But I think the two guys in front of him as well, because it sounds like I don't rate Fulham for some of the stuff I've said, and that's not the case at all. They're a very good team that can hurt you. Kearney in central midfield, a very good player, but you've got Jedinak protecting that back four, and you've got Grealish and Hourihane in front of him, who get the plaudits attacking-wise because they're very good going forward, but they actually put a real shift in defensively as well. Right. And if we can suffocate Kearney, really everything goes through him in the middle again, I think we stand a chance.
So, final question: how's it all going to pan out? What does your head say, and what does your heart say?
I genuinely think there's not much between the two sides, because I think Fulham have got a lot of things that we don't have, but I think we've got a lot of things that they don't have. So I don't see it being a rout to either side. I think it will be tight. I'm never going to predict anything else other than a Villa win. So I'll go for 2-1 to Villa, the same score I think it was at Villa Park. I think we'll just edge it. I think people like Snodgrass, Terry, Chester, people who've been there before, Jedinak, I think that's going to be the key thing. And Grealish has played earlier on in his career. Grealish played against Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley and absolutely ran it then. So I'm hoping he can run the show again going forward. Yeah,
I've got to agree with you on this one. That was my prediction as well. I think it will be 2-1. I think it's the defensive experience and solidity will be, although it's maybe slightly negative way of looking at it, I think it will keep you in good stead. And then I think you've got enough quality in terms of Grealish and Snodgrass, who's got more assists than anyone else in the Championship this year, for them to create something and you to get their goal. That's what I think, and that's what Dan thinks. Go check out the Villa View podcast. It's a great preview to this Championship playoff final. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who's going to win this game? Fulham or Aston Villa? Who's going to be playing in the Premier League and joining Wolves and Cardiff? Subscribe to Bull Street, subscribe to the Villa View, and I'll see you soon.